Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are on this journey to unconditional love. And so what I wanted to share today was a couple of messages that I've got through healings that I did for people yesterday, and also share some channeled messages that I've been doing from the divine counterparts. So this was a film that I recommended to watch yesterday, which is called Bright Star. It's about John Keats and his love for the lady that he fell in love with. Now, there are so many messages in this film through things that we have had along this journey. But what is really, really lovely is that he's just said about, if you follow my messages, I was talking about the spider. And the spider in spider medicine is that you weave your web of consciousness, and it means that you're weaving yourself higher and higher. If you think of a spider, you sit in a web above and look below, so you can see that through the web of illusion. And the web of illusion is all about fears and doubts. And so at this point, he has to go away, but he says to her, we have woven ourselves our own web. And so I was like, it's just so perfect how all of the guidance and all of the messages are intertwined into this one film. So again, I would highly recommend you watch this film. It's called Bright Star. The other theme that is incredibly common that I see a lot is this sense of he wasn't able to marry her because he didn't feel he had enough. So, and of course, in those days, he didn't have enough money to marry her, which if you are in that situation, then a lot of this has been about them feeling that they are able and can sweep you off your feet, right? So again, the themes in the film are just so on point to all of the healings and messages that we've been getting. So in the healings yesterday, there was some really lovely, right? Really lovely. So again, analogy of where their energies are at, that basically I saw them pole vaulting. Pole vaulting is when you go up a big pole and you've got to go over the jump. Now, she was the pole, and when she had firm footing on the ground, then he could go straight over the jump, no problem. But when the footing of the pole was all over the place due to doubt and fear, what happened was he couldn't get over the jump. So that's very indicative of having your energies working together. And remember that you as the conscious one needs to be really, really firm and steadfast in knowing that this is real, right? And therefore you can bend with the wind. You don't have to fall down. So that was the first one. The second one was I saw them dancing on the shore in the sea, and the song that came through was Dancing in the Moonlight. And again, so lovely because it was really tender and really caring, and just saw them dancing, and again, very, very romantic. The next one after that, I saw they were doing a, they were basically, she was, there was a boat out in the sea, and she was winding it around a big wheel. And the big wheel was pulling the boat in, and the boat was basically had a white flag on it. And I heard that they're surrendering to their hearts. So again, it was sort of very much. And then I saw that there was lots of white boats there as well. So all of these white ships with white sails, and the message was, I'm surrendering to my heart. And I'm letting my heart rule my head, you know? So just again, really, really lovely. And then the third one was again, so another one was much more for sort of physical kind of ailments. But again, in the same manner, he said that he's surrendering and he will be the one to save her. So he actually said, don't worry, I've got this covered. So again, it was just like really, really lovely, because what happened yesterday as well is I received a couple of songs that were sent through. Now, in the healing that I mentioned yesterday, where it was quite tragic that she had hit her twin in a previous life, or a parallel life, or whatever we want to, I don't know. I mean, it just is all kind of like blurring into one at the moment. Basically, then somebody else sent me a song, and there are two songs that I've added to the description box today, which is Soldier of Love and also Loving Life. And when they sent me through, I looked into the comments, and there was actually somebody which has a combination of the two people's names that I did a healing for yesterday. And so I could send it to that lady to say, I know you were having doubts yesterday, but after your healing, after everything that happened, and after that you were the 144th person on my list, now there is a song that's come through which has a combination of both yours and your twin's name. And believe me, they haven't got common names. So when I saw it, I was kind of a bit like, no way, that's amazing. So there you go. That's just knowing that how powerful the twin spirit will want to work to get messages to you, right? Because, you know, that's the other thing. You have to remember that you're doing it together. The teamwork makes the dream work. So your twin spirit does not want you to have doubts and fears because they feel it, right? So when I say that, I'm now going to read a letter from one person's higher self to him and then vice versa. Because, again, this is about doubt and fear. So this is exactly what they want you to know. So this is from let's say, the one who contacted me to say, can I get a channeling? So, that I need to know beyond any doubt that you are coming for me. My heart yearns for you. My body aches for you. I ache for true love. I ache for the feel of your touch, for the feel of your love. I am following my light, but I let the shadow of fear come over me. And I want so much to have no fear, to be steadfast in my deepest knowing that we are here to find each other and shine our light, so we can be a shooting, flaming, neon bright star in the sky, in the universe. I know that it will be a force to be reckoned with, that our light will be like a rocket transforming us, transforming our bodies, transforming our lives and everyone around us. I am in so much anticipation of all of this wonder beginning. I am ready for our union. I am ready for our mission, for our love, for our passion. Right, so that's from her to him. And then from him to her was, I want you to clear all of the crazy thoughts that are going around in your head, making you fear our connection and question whether it is happening for us this time round. I'm here to tell you that stop right now. This is what they want, to create fear and doubts to block out the light in each of us. So it's really important to not let those fears and doubts creep in. It's the only truth that lives in our hearts, uplifts our souls and ignites our senses. Follow where your heart is taking you. Follow where your light is shining. And know that we are holding the light of love together. There is only togetherness. There is only peace. There is only love. Don't let anything else come between us. Let love be yours and ours only guide. Well, I mean, how amazing to get that sort of, you know, that's very clear about saying, let only love be your guide. Now, I was led to buy this book yesterday about how to love, which is by this author. And in it, this came through in someone's healing yesterday, so I'm going to read it. Just to remind us that this is about keeping strong foundations right at the moment. So, to keep our commitment to our partner and to weather the most difficult storms, we need strong roots. If we wait until there is trouble with our partner to try and solve it, we won't have built strong enough roots to withstand the assault. Often, we think we're balanced when in reality that balance is fragile. We only need a slight breeze to blow for us to fall down. A juniper tree has its roots planted deep in the heart of the earth. As a result, it is solid and strong. But some trees that appear to be quite steady need only one raging storm to knock them down. Resilient trees can weather a violent storm because their roots are deep and firm. The roots of a lasting relationship are mindfulness, deep listening and loving speech, and a strong community to support you. Well, there you go. So, if you are in any doubt, remember that at the moment you are laying strong, strong, strong foundations for your love and for your union. And so don't be blown over by the wind, basically. Just like in that healing where I saw the pole vault, right? It was super important for her to have a really steady base. When she had a steady base, then he was able to jump straight over the jump, right? It's when the base wobbled that he couldn't get over the jump. And remember, if you're watching this video, then you're the one that is conscious to it and conscious that you are working each other's energies and helping each other over that pole vault, right? Because the pole vault, again, was incredibly significant and symbolic because you literally raise each other higher and higher and higher every time. And just like in the spider's web, right? The spider is weaving its way through the web of illusion of fear and doubt and able to see the bigger picture because they sit above the illusion, right? And just when he's just about to lie down and sit and say to her, you know, that basically their love for each other, he says that they have woven each other a life, a secret life together. Which is again so symbolic because, you know, it is pretty much, you do feel like you have a secret life with your twin because nobody else understands it, right? So you do feel, and in a sense, you are part of a secret community because, you know, this is what this is, right? It's basically a divine love community. They're all helping each other on this journey. So if you want to have a letter, it's only $10. And if you want to have a healing or a reading, then please do. All details are in the link. And I'm doing bundle packages. So if you buy 2, you get 3, etc. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, etc. 7, you get 10 free. And so it just enables you to see your journey, right? Because it's also, if you're in any fear and doubt, the best way is to allay those fears and doubts. Don't stay in that space, right? So do anything you can to ease your mind, right? Because it's all about easing your mind from fear to go into your heart to love. All right, well, I hope that helps. And yeah, all of my details are in the link. Okay, take care. Have a good one. Bye.